It's Monday. And it's time for a weekly forecast. We're gonna tap in and see what the energy of the week holds. I'm using my Mystic Mondays deck, which kind of inspired this whole little thing I started doing. You know, for a couple of years, I was writing horoscopes that I would post every Monday. And then it felt like it was time to shift gears, so I did. We have Saturn and Venus stationing retrograde this week, though, to bring some astrology into the picture. And so we're going to be feeling some more shifting happening as two of the planets station retrograde. And that'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting time. We'll see what it brings. So I'm going to shuffle this deck a bunch. I don't know how many of y'all do like daily polls for yourself or even like a weekly spread, but I find it's a really helpful way to kind of help set my intentions for the week and check in with how I'm feeling and how the flows of energy are kind of already flowing and guiding me to go. So, alrighty, I think they're almost ready. Boom, boom, boom. Good morning. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Denise. I'm about to pull our cards. So, let's see what this week has in the cards for us. It's not really the cards that have it. The cards just speak to the currents of energy flowing. 2, 3. I love it. Oh my gosh, we got 2 cards that I get a lot, which make me excited. Our first card for this week is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a card of new possibility. All of the aces in tarot speak to new beginnings, openings, new chapters starting. Pentacles is connected to what we are creating here in our very earthly lives. It's the suit of the earth element. It can relate to our health, our finances, our very tangible physical lives. So there's something opening this week where there is something new possible. We have that seed of potential. And we can start out the week just by getting curious about what that might be. Maybe we've been making that space for this work. You know, we had that big full moon last week. That was a time to release, to make space, to go into those depths, let the feelings emerge. As we sift through all the layers of emotion that might have been blocking us from creating what we most want, we've created space for something new that is not fully formed yet. We might not even know what that is, but we're asked to sit in the feeling, in the energy of what is possible to actually tangibly bring into form. Okay? Which is exciting. And then we have one of my favorite cards in this deck, the 3 of Cups, which is a card of connection, collaboration, and celebration. This card speaks to being open to maybe partnerships or collaborations, working with people that you weren't expecting, but it's also just as much a card of coming together with others who truly fill your cup. And so making time for that this week, that we can hold this potential seed, but it doesn't mean we have to get to work right away. It's important that we balance. We're literally learning and being given the opportunity to do our work and create our lives in fundamentally different ways. Like, let's get out of the rush and the urgency, and oops, that was the back of the card. Let's drop into the present. So let's just sit in the energy, and then the very next step is to reach out to those that nourish us, to reach out to the people that show up for us and that can help us bring that ball of potential into form. Because what we're creating from this point forward will be done in connection and community. We aren't here to create as standalone individuals. We are moving into a much more collective connected way of doing things. And then our final card this week, again, one of my other faves, the Queen of Wands. So we had both of these cards show up before, and I'm trying to remember what reading that was. But I think it was last week, maybe the week before. And the Queen of Wands is asking you to ground yourself again in your desire, in your passion, in your knowing. She's really not at all ashamed of who she is. She shows up fully and confidently and channels her energy fully and totally into what she is wanting, what feels right for her. And she honors who she is. She honors the full and total expression of who she is, even if that means she's changing outfits moment to moment, right? Because we're never just one thing. And I think the Three of Cups speaks to that a little bit too, right? There's different things that nourish us, that fill our cups. We don't have to have just one thing. And so being open, the flowers, the opening, the blossoming into a fuller embodiment and expression of who you are. Honoring all of what you want, not just like, oh, well, I really want to be successful at my business. I really want to like start a business. Great. Put energy there, but put just as much energy into all the other things you want in your life, or you're going to have a really imbalanced life. And I know this. I've lived this as someone who has been an entrepreneur for years now. The last time I worked at like a normal paycheck job was when Jonah was in my belly. All right, I got laid off from that job when I was 6 months pregnant, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me because I would not have made the leap into what I'm doing now if I hadn't lost that job. And sure, it was a little scary. It was a lot scary when that happened because Mark was already working for himself and we didn't have a backup income. We didn't even have Obamacare then, and so I couldn't get like health insurance. And I'm pregnant, okay? And we lost our health insurance, and it ended up being fine. It ended up being fine, but it was scary. It was uncertain, and what I did is I remember I wrote down on a piece of paper that I stuck on my desk at home as I really tapped into like, okay, this is an opportunity. As much as it feels like an ending, this is an opportunity to something new. What do I really, really want? And I thought about the fullness of the life I wanted, what I wanted for my child, what I wanted for my partnership, what I wanted for myself. And I didn't just think about getting the bills paid or focusing all of my energy into a job. I really thought about the full picture of my life, what I wanted for all of it. And I wrote down, follow your bliss. Joseph Campbell said that. And I was like, this is going to be my compass. I'm going to check in every decision I have to make from here on out as I grow this child within me, as I look at like what the future might hold. I'm going to keep asking, is this my bliss? Does this bring me joy? Does this light me up? And that might seem really selfish or foolish or stupid, but those little steps, and it started with very in the moment, well, right now I really want to eat watermelon. Seriously, gosh, those pregnancy cravings were intense. I just wanted to eat like tons of watermelon and pineapple. So just start there. Like, your body is such a wonderful guide. It doesn't have to be this big picture like, oh, here's my 10-year plan of what I want. It's literally just an in the moment feeling. What do I want right now? If you do that, if you really focus on that and listen to the truest part of you, it doesn't lead you to bad places, y'all. It really doesn't. Hey, Bethany. So thinking about all of what you want, don't just think about what you think you can have. Don't just think about what seems logical or rational. Actually listen to what your heart and your body are telling you. Like, wow, I really desire this. That's what that Queen of Wands does. She's the queen of her own desire, and she honors it. She doesn't hold it back. She's not ashamed of it. She just shows up and says, this is what I want. Bring it on. And that's one great way to make sure your cup is full and you can show up fully in your relationships with others, in your partnerships and collaborations, so that this seed of potential can actually take form. Alrighty. So that's our energy this week. And I'm excited to see what unfolds for all of us. Yeah, I'm just really, really excited. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have any questions. I will most likely this Friday do one of my Friday Q&As. No idea what the topic will be, so if there's something you've been wanting to discuss or to learn more about, let me know. Bethany, your cup is full. I'm so glad. Mine is too. Of ginger lemon water. And in here is full too. So, have a beautiful day. Mwah! Love y'all. Bye.